welcome to my channel English with Bhavna. So I'm back with one of the most exciting and amazing poem I have come across, that is Keeping Quiet. This is from class 12 from Flamingo. So let's get started. Keeping Quiet. The poet name is Pablo Neruda. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, Neruda talks about necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. Keeping quiet. Now we will come to 12 and we will all keep still. Now what we will be doing is, I will be reading. मैं read करती हूँ पहले एक slide and then हम आगे समझेंगे. For once, on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second. Not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment. Without rush, without engines, we would all be together in a certain strangeness. Okay, मुझे पता है आप लोगों को इतना नहीं समझ में आया होगा, obviously, because we are reading for the first time. So, अब हम समझते हैं एक-एक line से. Okay. Now we will count to 12. We will all keep still. Okay, still मतलब यहाँ पे क्या? That we will not move. Okay, यहाँ पे still मतलब we will not move. We will all be still. For once on the face of the earth. Let's not speak any language. Let's stop for 1 second. Now the poet is trying to give us the message over here कि सिर्फ एक मोमेंट के लिए, एक बार के लिए हम सब चुप हो जाते हैं. और सेकेंडली ये हमसे रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि हम कोई भी लैंग्वेज में नहीं बात करें, बिकॉज लैंग्वेज अकॉर्डिंग टू पोएट एक बैरियर है. एवरी कंट्री, एवरी कॉन्टिनेंट, एवरी नेशन हैज इट्स ओन language, right? So according to the poet, language is a barrier. So over here, poet is trying to request each one of us, let's forget our language. Let's forget our language. Let's not move our arms. So not this arms, this is one arms. एक और arms होते हैं, वो होते हैं all types of wars related weapons, guns, arms. Okay? Yes. Not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment. The poet is saying it would be really rare moment. Without rush, without engines, we all would be together in a certain strangeness. So the poet is trying to say over here, if you stop for a moment, if you don't speak in any of the language, you forget what is language, which language you are talking in, what is your mother tongue and all that, then it would be really a very different moment that time. You think that many of them are sitting together, but every person has its own language. When you have different language and you're sitting with a group which comprises from all parts of the world, it's really difficult to communicate, right? तो वो क्या हो जाता है? Communication barrier. वही पोएट हमें बोलने की ट्राई कर रहा है इधर. सो लेट्स नॉट स्पीक इन एनी लैंग्वेज. भूल जाओ ये लैंग्वेज वगैरह, बिकॉज एक लैंग्वेज एक बैरियर हो गया है सबके लिए, राइट? नॉट मूव्स आवर आर्म्स सो मच. आर्म्स मतलब एक बॉडी पार्ट आर्म हो गया एंड ऑल्सो आर्म्स वेपन्स. ओके, बोल रहे अगर ऐसा आप करोगे तो इट वुड बी एन एक्सोटिक मोमेंट. एक्सोटिक मीन्स अ रेयर मोमेंट, राइट? बिकॉज without rush, without engines, we all be together in a certain strangeness. Now what does it mean? Like we all, not only us, we all, whether it's a child, student, adult, old people, each and every one of us are always in rush, right? Rush किस चीज के लिए? For our activities, for our work. जैसे बच्चे हो गए, बच्चे पढ़ाई के लिए रश रहते हैं, right? आप सबको रहता है कि नहीं मुझे आज ही complete करना है, because you have a tough competition, that if today I don't complete my exam, tomorrow someone else will score well, right? ये होता है. टाइम लिमिट हम देखते हैं. We all are running in a competition. For example, for a human being, adulthood, I would say, पहले मेरी wish थी, no, I should have a good house, 2 BHK house. फिर 2 BHK house होने के बाद I had a wish, no, I should have a 4 BHK house. Then I had a wish, no, I should have a bungalow. Then I have a wish, I should have a car. So ये सारे विशेस क्या है? सारी विशेस बढ़ते ही जा रही है. It's human nature. It's human nature. Same like you. Like a student as well. When you're scoring 80%, आपकी विश क्या होती है? 85. फिर क्या होती है? 95. It's not bad. It's not bad. But you should take time. Poet is saying take time for yourself as well. Just don't leave your life in competition. आप competition में क्यों इतना जी रहे हो? इतना pressure लेके क्यों जीना है? You should enjoy every moment of life. Being adult, being a human nature, whatever you have, like for example, I have 2 BHK, then I should be happy in that 2 BHK. It's not that I should not work hard, I should not, but I should not forget myself in that. I should not rush so fast that I forget what is life. I forget the meaning of the life. I forget to enjoy my life. वो पोएट यही बोल रहा है कि एक बार रुको आप सब, एक बार आप ये सारी चीजें भूल जाओ. लैंग्वेज क्या होती है, वॉर क्या होता है, आर्म्स क्या होता है, सब भूल जाओ. सब कुछ रश मत करो कहीं जाने के लिए कि कल मुझे इधर जाना है, उसके घर जाना है, परसों उधर जाना है. सब भूल जाओ. Forget everything और सब एक साथ आ जाओ like a brothers of the country, brothers of each other. You all come together. Forget the human, forget that language, forget that barriers, whatever barriers you have it in your mind, the competition barriers, the language barriers, the war barriers, the thinking barriers, सब भूल जाओ, सब planning भूल जाओ और all come together. The poet is trying to say this. Such a beautiful message, right? Let's see more further what beautiful message poet is having for us. Fishermen in the cold sea, fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and man gathering salt, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hand. Now what he's saying कि fisherman है, वो obviously hurt हो जाते हैं ना whales. So the poet is trying to say if we all are still, we are not moving here and there, we are not rushing, so whales will not get hurted. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hand. The man who is working day and night very hard for his livelihood would also see that he has hurted himself so much. Hurt hands. Okay, we'll see that. Those who prepare green wars, wars with guests, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes, walk about with their brothers in shade, doing nothing. What I want, the poet is saying, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with it. Now, we'll try to understand each and every line over here. Okay, from here. Those people who prepare green wars, wars with guests, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes. Poet is saying, you all might have heard it, you all might have seen it, you all might have, day by day listening to the news as well. Wars are going on between the countries, borders and all that, right? Same over here saying. Ki poet is trying to say, ये सब wars भूल जाओ. Forget your planning, forget everything. Forget your wars, how to fight, how to defend, how to take revenge. Forget all negativity. Forget. Why to forget? He's saying, at last, there is a loss. Whenever someone is losing life on the border, it's the human who has lost life, right? Someone is losing their son, someone is losing their husband, someone is losing their brother. So why are you celebrating that? That's what poet is trying to say. What is victory with no survivor? The person is not surviving. The person has already lost his life. There is no survivor. So what is a victory? What is a winning situation over here? Why are you all celebrating? Why can't you forget war? So the poet is requesting, urging all of us that we should forget all these wars and all. We should forget. We should not even plan for wars and all that. We should not say that even I have this, even I have to plan, even I will keep it, I will not use it, I will not use the arms, but I will keep it for my safety. Why? Don't be so negative. The poet is saying, for a moment, just put your clean clothes. Clean clothes means what? You should ignore your uniform and put your clean clothes, okay? You should wear your clean clothes with everyone, behave with everyone equally, like a brother to each other. Protect each other in a shade. So, what the poet is saying over here, a beautiful message if you try to understand. Walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. Means what? He's trying to say, like sun, shadow, right? Shadow and all that. Sun rays, we get protected, right? We get protected by trees, we get protected, right? So same way we get protected through shade as well. So same way over poet is trying to say that protect each and every one like your brother with the shade, in the shade, doing nothing means what? Not the work he's saying. He's saying no plans, no revenge, no war, no playing, nothing, only and only clean heart. He's saying that what I want should not be confused. The poet is saying जो मुझे चाहिए उससे confuse मत हो. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि totally बैठ जाओ बिना कुछ काम किए. He's saying that life is what it is about. What does it mean? That he's saying you should work, but you should not have such kind of thinking. You should forget war, you should forget each and every negativity. I want no truck with death. He's saying, the poet is saying, I don't want any truck of death. Okay, with death. If I were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of treating ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us when everything seems dead and little proves to be alive. And now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. A beautiful message. Let's go line by line again, right? If we were not so single-minded means what? About keeping our lives moving. We are really in tough competition, each one of us. We don't like to sit because we have a fear. We have a fear of lagging back, right? We have a fear कि नहीं वो ज़्यादा आगे ना बढ़ जाए, उसको ज़्यादा अच्छी सैलरी ना मिल जाए, उसका घर पहले ज़्यादा अच्छा ना हो जाए. This all is a fear we have it, right? We will say we now totally competition mode, right? So we are not enjoying our life. We are not understanding what life is exactly, right? For once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves, of threatening ourselves with death. We human beings have a fear of living also, and at the same time we have a fear of death also. हम रोज सोचते पता है ये कहीं ना कोई सोचता ही है अगर कल कुछ हो गया तो what will happen of my family, what will happen my kids, how they will get a good education, what will happen of my wife, what will happen of my husband. So this all thoughts, this all thoughts let you work without any rest, without thinking about humanity as well. And all these thoughts we forget what exactly the life is. हम ये competition में इतने पागल हो रहे हैं कि हम भूल रहे हैं self introspection का. So the poet is trying to say एक बार कुछ मत करो, एक बार के लिए कुछ मत करो, एक silence रहो, अपने आप को समझो. Once you analyze yourself, the poet is saying, you will understand many things. The life will actually give you a real meaning. Okay? He is saying, learn from earth. Even earth can teach us. Like, what does it mean? It means that even the nature, during the winter season, if you see, as per the season, during the winter season, if you see, as the earth undergoes changes, in winter, everything freezes, right? सब फ्रीज हो जाता है विंटर में बट स्प्रिंग में वापस सब नॉर्मल हो जाता है. सो सेम वे The ferrets, the earth can teach us as everything seemed dead, later proves to be alive. So same ये कह रहे हैं हमें करने के लिए. Have self introspection. What are you doing? Try to find the meaning of your life as well. Competition में इतना मत रहो. Okay? So the poet is giving you a beautiful message over here about our life. He is just urging each one of us that we should have self introspection. We should think about ourselves. We should think about everyone as a human being, not only and only about ourselves and only about our family, but we should think about everyone as a family. We should forget the negative thoughts. We should forget about war. We should forget about arms, using arms during war. We should forget about this competition. We should try to introspect ourselves in between also. We should for a while stop and understand what are we doing. Have we achieved what we wanted to achieve? And really we will find the meaning of the life. So the poet is saying at the last, now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So he's saying whatever message I wanted to give you, I have given. Now poet will count up to 12. Now over here 12 symbolizes the months also, right? 12 months in a year. You can say hours also, 12 hours in a day, that way. I will go. So the poet is saying I will go means he has already given the message to all of us and he's saying now he is going, and because he has already made us understand what exactly the message he wanted to give all of us. Such a beautiful poem, right? Yes. So have you all understood this poem? Okay. So now let's understand poetic devices of this poem. Keeping quiet, poetic devices. The first poetic device over here, assonance. What is it? It's the assonance मतलब क्या होता है ना, जब use of vowel sound होता है. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. ठीक है? Now we will count to 12, not arms so much. So vowel sound is there. When there is a vowel sound, then we use assonance. Okay? Anaphora. What does it mean? Anaphora, when words are repeated at the start of two consecutive lines. Means क्या होता है ना, अब repetition क्या होता है कि words कहीं भी repeat करते हैं हम, right? But over here consecutive line means एक के बाद एक. Example. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second. This way. Okay? Alliteration. Alliteration and assonance. What is the major difference over here? Assonance is said when vowel sound is repeated. Okay? And alliteration is said when consonant sound is repeated. So what are consonants? Except A, E, I, O, U, the remaining letters and alphabets A to Z are consonant. Okay. When consonant sound is repeated at the start of two or more, at the start only we are saying, at the start of the word I mean, okay? We will. So W sound is repeated if you see, right? Yes. We were so single-minded. So again, we were. W sound is repeated. Symbolism. Symbolism is related to use of symbol to represent idea. For example, the poet has used many times 12, right? Count to 12. So that 12 is symbolizing to the watch as well, and it is symbolizing to the months in a year as well. Okay, let's move further. Personification. Personification is a figure of speech. It is human quality given to non-living. Like for example, Earth can teach us as when everything. Obviously, it's a human quality. पढ़ा कौन सकता है human? So human quality किसको दिया है over here? Earth. So that is the reason it is personification. When human quality idea is given to a non-living, then it is known as personification. Repetition. Words are repeated in the same line. Words are repeated in the same line. Don't get confused between repetition and anaphora, right? Because repetition जब words repeat होते हैं सेम लाइन में, एंड वहां पे क्या होता है, इसमें two consecutive lines में, means एक के बाद एक line में, repetition in the same line. Okay, now was with gas, was with fire, so was is repeated. Antithesis. Antithesis means what? Anti itself means opposite. Anti itself means opposite. Two opposite or contrasting ideas. Now you don't think that in your lower grade as you used to get it back, front, up, down वैसे आपको मिलेंगे नहीं. You have to really read well to see which figure of speech is used and where. Over here, see. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. So count and still. समझ रहे हो? For example, I say everybody be quiet. Only Ram will read. So what is this? I am saying सबको कि चुप रहो और फिर दूसरे मोमेंट में मैं बोल रही हूँ राम पढ़ो. तो क्या होगा ये? Antithesis. Same way. Now we will count to 12. मीन्स पोएट क्या बोल रहा है कि हम काउंट कर दे 12 तक एंड उसी टाइम पे क्या बोल रहे हैं वी विल ऑल कीप स्टिल. स्टिल मतलब हम मूव नहीं करेंगे. ओके, फर्दर pun. Now pun is one of the interesting figure of speech. It is duplicity of sense is created because of the unity of sound, literal and implied hidden meaning. Okay, like एक word के दो meanings होते हैं and sound same होते हैं, उसे हम pun कहते हैं. For example, arms जो poem में use किया बार बार. So one arms means the limbs, okay, and one's arm means weapons. So ये क्या हो गया? Pun हो गया. Okay, metaphor. Word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable, means replacement. Example, in the shade, protect your brother as shade protects you from sun. So भैया क्या बोल रहे हैं, जैसे शेड हमें सन से प्रोटेक्ट करता है वैसे हमें हमारे ब्रदर्स को प्रोटेक्ट करना चाहिए. So this is metaphor. Enjambment. Enjambment means what? Breaking one line. When the poet or any of the writings if you see ना, breaking one line into two lines. एक लाइन को हम दो लाइन में अगर ब्रेक कर रहे without using any of the punctuation like full stop, comma or anything, that is known as enjambment. Okay, and for once could perhaps a youth silence of threatening ourselves with death. So I hope you all have understood the literary device as well. Okay, so have a quick summary over here. So a short summary. Poet asks all of us to forget the different languages we speak across the different nation, continents, etc. As languages barrier between us. So poet क्या बोल रहा है हमें short में ये समझाने की try कर रहा है poet कि जो languages होते हैं, obvious each and every country, continent, everyone is having a different language. तो लैंग्वेज क्या है? बैरियर है. तो एक बार के लिए हमें ये लैंग्वेज भूलना चाहिए और सबसे मिलजुल के रहने की ट्राई करना चाहिए. इट्स अ बैरियर. बैरियर मतलब ये बीच का रोक है जो हमें सबसे मिलजुल नहीं देने दे रहा है. बैरियर. ओके, he asks us to protect each other and forget all negativity. सब भूल जाओ नेगेटिव कि वो हमारा एनिमी है, उसे हमें मारना है, उसने मेरे साथ ऐसा किया था, रिवेंज एंड ऑल. forget everything, all negativity. The poet asks humanity to count numbers from 1 to 12 when the number of hours shown in the clock or number of months. The poet suggests us to take a break. He is asking break किस चीज से? हमारी रूटीन लाइफ जिसमें हम हमेशा सोचते रहते हैं इसने ऐसा किया उसने वैसा किया and we are ready, we are running in our competition as well. I have to work 12 hours, I have to work 18 hours to earn so much, I need this, I need that. जो हमारी ख्वाहिशें हैं जो खत्म ही नहीं होती है उसके चक्कर में हम कभी भी ब्रेक नहीं लेते हैं. So the poet is saying that you should take a break and learn from nature. What should we learn from a nature? Like how nature adapts itself. For example, जैसे earth winter season में everything freezes, right? But as soon as the spring comes, everything gets back to normal. Same, the poet is giving us the example over here. Okay? The poet suggests us to take a pause and introspect ourselves. Means अपने आप को introspect करो, अपने आप के बारे में सोचो, देखो. And this give it a new meaning. अगर आप ऐसा करोगे तो you will definitely get a new meaning of your life because you will understand what are you doing, where are you lacking, what do you want exactly. You will understand many things, so you will get a new meaning of your life as well. It tells about a huge impact of silence and self-introspection and making this world better place. Why? Because if you take care, think about yourself, you be silent, think what are you doing right to yourself, what are you doing wrong to others, what are you doing wrong to yourself, obviously this world will be a better place to live as well. So I hope you all have understood this poem very well. Any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you everyone for visiting my channel. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Anything you want, please comment. Till then, bye bye. Keep learning, keep smiling.